Okay, welcome back to the Five. Now, we discussed this briefly on Friday, but over the weekend there's been much debate over the constitutionality of terrorist al-Awlaki's death in Yemen. In an op-ed, presidential hopeful Ron Paul blasts the killing, saying it violates American principles. But former Department of Justice official John Yoo says a few things in his own piece that utterly destroys Paul's argument. Dan, I got to go to you. Ron Paul saying that we shouldn't be allowed to kill Americans without due process. But John Yoo, you know John Yoo?
I do know John Yoo because he worked in the Bush administration, and he was. I had to answer a lot of questions about John Yoo and decisions that they had made at the Department of Justice. And now it's interesting that some on the left are trying to help President Obama by using John Yoo's own arguments to help President Obama. What Yoo's basically saying is that if there is an enemy combatant who is trying to kill Americans or has plans to kill Americans, and you know that, and the administration gone through their own due process of whatever that involved with the State Department and National Security Council last year, they had decided that this man was an enemy combatant and he could be targeted for killing. Ron Paul is making an argument that a lot of people want to have debated, but I think that Yoo wins on the merits.
And Kim,
Yeah.
Ron Paul, in this op-ed that he writes, says that al-Awlaki was a despicable person we believe helped recruit and inspire others to kill Americans through terrorist acts. Is that not enough?
Well, because
is that not enough?
This is so simple to me. I mean, and it should be. If you know the law in this area, this isn't he saying, oh, we're doing an assassination on a U.S. citizen, somebody who's innocent. It's not political in process. This is a man who has taken up arms against the United States and is engaged in active terrorist acts, recruiting, and has been very successful in doing so. You don't sit there and wait for him to accomplish something else and then bring him in with some water and a nice lawyer for the criminal court system. It's not about due process at this point. When you're sitting, if you're in war with someone and they're shooting at you, you want to say, no, let me go talk to a lawyer, let me wait, let me get some due process for you. No, you fight back and you respond immediately.
Imagine if you had cockroaches in your house. You have two options here. You get the sprayer in, the sprayer kills the cockroaches, or you can catch the cockroaches, make a little shoebox courtroom, bring the cockroach in there and go, hey, what you're doing is wrong. Well, the cockroach doesn't understand that the same way a terrorist doesn't. They don't believe in our court system, so treat them like a cockroach and kill them all. They exploit.
That was a very interesting way
you could do like the fogger for the roaches or predator drone.
I built that.
Let's get Bobby. You can't defend this.
I'd like to just say a couple of things. First of all, anything Mr. Yoo says is suspect to begin with. This is a guy who torturedly used the legal process to justify illegality and torture.
Can you stay on Ron? No, but I'd like to stay on the Ron Paul comment.
I think that Ron Paul, I think that the idea, when you say we believe, no, juries are supposed to believe. Not you, John Yoo, not anybody else. We, the jury, makes that decision.
Commander-in-chief.
With an American, no. No. That's where I think Ron Paul's out of his mind in a lot of ways. But on this, if we think we've got an American citizen that's done these things, then if we can arrest him, fine, bring him back and put him on trial. But the idea that you can somehow say that it's up to the President of the United States to decide who he wants to kill that's an American citizen out there is dangerous.
And
particularly with this guy,
he has the option to turn himself in and come and face a court of law and to be held accountable on the charges. But no, he's too busy planning and plotting, committing acts of terror against the United States.
And citizenship does not protect a bank robber from being shot while committing a crime.
We're not right, Greg. That's a great analogy. When the cops are called, there's an armed robbery going on down the street. What is the cop? They go, hold on, let me go get it. Let me get an arrest warrant. No, he picks up a gun. He's going to shoot you. They take him out. Dana, we're not talking about holding up a 7-Eleven or a drive-by shooting. We're talking about the mastermind behind could be 3,000 innocent Americans.
I have to believe.
Hundreds of others at Fort
What's the difference between him and Bin Laden? Was that justified, or does he need
they had the same.
Bin Laden was a United States citizen.
Right. I have to believe that President Obama, as a constitutional lawyer, and the commander-in-chief took this very seriously. And when he signed the order, that he had thought through all of these things and that he had gone through with his lawyers, the National Security Council lawyers and others to do. I don't think that he would have made this decision lightly, and I do think it was the right one to make.
I just want to make something clear. I'm sorry this guy wasn't killed. I wish he had been killed. This is an extraordinary circumstance. I'm just saying, as a setting of precedent.
One was killed.
The other one was not.
They knew enough about these guys. I'm just saying, as a principle, we better be careful about this.
Can I ask you, Bob? This was done. This order was signed in 2010.
Right.
And now he's killed, and now they're making uproar. Everything. Ron Paul, he knew about it for more than a year.
Yeah, I guess so. But you know what? The producers just said I was supposed to tell you
And
the
let me
tea.
tell you something, there's more to come.
All right, the Supreme Court justices are back to work, and we're going to talk about some of the major issues, major cases they're going to be tackling. Plus, I won the first bet. Who won Friday's bet, Bob or me? I certainly hope you guys are going to decide. More than 5 still ahead.
You was.